have way too many of these plants. I'm Brian at Blue Wildscapes, and this video is about Lonicera sempervirens, also known as coral honeysuckle or trumpet honeysuckle. Not to be confused with trumpet vine, which is a totally different plant. The genus Lonicera includes about 150 species globally, and about 15 of those species are native to the US. The genus is pretty wide-ranging. It's mainly found in the northern hemisphere and can show a variety of growth habit, from climbing vines to shrubs to ground covers. And within that group, there's a varying display of evergreenness, deciduousness, based on the climate that the individual plant is growing. One species, Lonicera caerulea, produces an edible berry, also known as the honeyberry or haskap. And there's a lot to be said about caerulea. It's a really cool plant. I'm really interested in planting some in my own yard, but that's a conversation for another day. Lonicera sempervirens is native to the eastern US. It shows off some red-orange flowers on twining stems that can be trained up an arbor or trellis or fence, and prefers well-drained soils in full sun or part shade. Most importantly, Lonicera sempervirens can bring some great ecological value to most spaces. Sempervirens blooms spring through fall and provides nectar to the ruby-throated hummingbird, the spring azure butterfly, the white-lined sphinx moth, and the pipevine swallowtail. The berries produced by Lonicera sempervirens can feed a few birds, including the American robin, cedar waxwing, hermit thrushes, quails, and finches. The twining stems also provide some good nesting material for some North American birds like the northern cardinal. And Lonicera sempervirens can act as a host plant for the snowberry clearing moth. From a garden design perspective, Lonicera sempervirens has a lot to offer. First and foremost is the potential for vertical interest. Climbing vines like this are often trained up a trellis or an arbor and can be pretty quick to establish. And with that quickly establishing vertical silhouette, you get some really great cover-up value or privacy options. For example, maybe you have a street-level bathroom with a window, and that window faces a main road or a walkway. You can install a trellis with this Lonicera sempervirens, a foot, 18 inches away from the window, to break that unwanted sightline while still letting in natural light and offering a little bit of scenery. Or you can use the same technique to establish a private sitting area in your yard or next to your patio. Also, Lonicera sempervirens is a pretty hardy plant. It can do very well in hardiness zones 4 through 8, which is most of the eastern United States. And although it may prefer certain site conditions, it can survive and thrive in a variety of soil and light values. And, very important, it does not share the very, very aggressive growth habit that some of its more invasive cousins like Lonicera japonica might have. This next one's not really about the plant itself, but the structure that the plant is attached to. So in garden design, there is an element known as a cue to care. And I'll make another video on this a different day, but basically cue to care refers to elements in a garden design that appeal to human sensibilities, either physical or aesthetic. These can be frames, a maintained pathway, physical sculptural things like a sculpture, or functional elements like a bench, a bird bath, or a shed. But again, different video, different day. One drawback of Lonicera sempervirens is it is not really that fragrant. Certainly not as fragrant as its cousins like Lonicera japonica. But who needs fragrant honeysuckle when you could have one of these delicious coconut soy candles made from responsibly sourced ingredients? This one is mangoed. It's the scent that we launched with back in February of 2024, and it is out of this world. It's mango, cardamom, chestnut, some coconut, a really pleasant creaminess, just absolutely tropical and delicious. You can find these on my Shopify store at Bhaaloo.com, link in the description. Each sale supports this channel and my mission to encourage ecological literacy and responsible land stewardship through accessible and educational native garden design content. So I have too many of these, but plant them if you got them, right? A nursery near me had these on sale, which doesn't usually happen for no reason. They looked pretty beat up, but I brought 6 home, and when I watered them, I noticed powdery mildew on all of them. So these plants were advertised as the Major Wheeler cultivar, which is supposed to be fuller, bushier, and more mildew resistant than the straight species. But Major Wheeler or not, the mildew shouldn't be fatal on these, and bringing the plants out of a nursery setting where they were probably tightly packed and watered with an overhead system should have a positive impact on the mildew. What I'm going to do is build a custom trellis on an old wooden clothesline post that was already here. I've never done this before, so I hope it goes well. Great. All right, 2-week update. The past couple weeks have been very hot and humid, so the mildew is still very much a problem. But I've pruned the spent flowers and less dominant stems, and there's even been some new growth. So it's definitely nice to see some progress in such a short time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this planting develop. I still have 5 more of these plants, which is just egregious, but I have an idea about where to place 2 or 3 of them, and the rest I'll just give away, I guess. And that's it. So please subscribe, buy a candle if you can, and most importantly, go outside. Have a good day. Bye.